Okay, welcome back. In this video, again, it's going to be transformations. This time we're going to be looking at rotations, okay? So this happens if you multiply a complex number by I or minus I or 3i. It doesn't have to be just 3i, it can be a number before the I. And again, I guess you can say or minus 3i or any number before the I. We're just going to look at the different cases that happen, okay? So yeah, I'll just go one at a time. So we're going to look at I first, okay? So if we say that z is equal to 2 plus 3i for all of these cases, okay? This one here, go blue. So 2 plus 3i is going to be up about here. So this is our z, okay? If we multiply I by z, we're going to get a complex number that rotates through 90 degrees to about here, okay? IZ. So I'm going to draw a circle there. Rotates in this direction. And now my diagram won't be perfect at all, but they should be the exact same distance from the origin. So it hasn't changed at all, it's just rotated around at an angle of 90 degrees, okay? So now the coordinates are going to be minus 3 and plus 2i. They're going to be the new coordinates, okay? So if you multiply I by z, you can figure it out yourself numerically, and this is what happens when you translate or rotate it kind of on the origin diagram, okay? Next one then we're going to look at, again, it's going to change to this one here. We're going to get I squared z, so you multiply it by I again is going to rotate. So not a great diagram, but it's just to show you. So that's supposed to be a perfect circle. Again, it's going to be another 90 degree rotation, and now it's I squared z, okay? And again, it's exactly the same. It's a perfect distance from the origin as this one here. It's just rotated through 90 degrees, okay? And I squared is equal to minus 1. So technically what we've done, if we just turn this into minus 1z, which if we saw in the last video, that would also make sense that it's stretching it and backwards. But since it's only minus 1, it's not actually stretching it at all, it's just making it go backwards. We'll make it only bigger or smaller. Okay, and last one then is going to be I cubed z, and again is going to make it go through another 90 degrees. Another 90 degrees. This is all going anti-clockwise every time you multiply it by I. So I'm just going to say multiply it by I here. It's going to go through 90 degrees. And then the last one then, z, or I to the power of 4. So I to the power of 4 is just plus 1. So you can just call it z. So basically if you keep multiplying it by I, it'll just keep rotating through these 4 different cases here. So I'm going to make the dots a bit bigger just so you can see them. Dot here, dot here, dot here, and dot here. So that is the first case when you multiply it just by I. Okay, we'll go on to case number 2. It's going to be pretty similar. I'll do this in purple. So again, z is still the same thing, and then we're going to multiply it by minus I. Okay, so start off with the same z. It's going to be about here. Okay, when you multiply it by minus I, it's going to go to here, and I'm going to wait till the end. It's going to be minus I by z. If we multiply this again, we're going to get I squared z. Multiply it again, we're going to get minus I cubed z, because you multiply minus I by this, it'll go to minus I cubed, and yeah, and then back to, sorry, z, I should have written in the first place. So now I'm going to try draw a nice circle between the three. That's circular enough for me. It's going to go the opposite direction. See the way arrows are pointing? So obviously we start off with z, then it rotates this way, so it rotates clockwise, okay? I'm going to write that in, and again the same thing, it should be the same distance from the origin each time. It hasn't moved further or closer away, it's just going around in a circle, so I'm actually just going to write that in. This is going to be anti-clockwise, and then in purple here we have clockwise, okay? And if you do forget, you don't have to remember and learn this off by heart, but all you'd have to do on a little bit of rough paper is multiply it actually like algebraically by I and seeing what you get. So if you multiply this by I and then look at where that coordinate would be, you'll find out which way it goes. It does go clockwise or anti-clockwise. So that's just a quick way instead of having to remember it. If you can remember it, great, but if not, it's not the end of the world. Okay, last example then. We have number 3 is if we multiply it by 3i. Okay, so I'm going to draw a nice big one for this because it's going to be needed. So sorry, 3 multiplying it by 3i. So now we're going to have 3iz. Okay, and I'll do it in green. So we're going to have our z is still going to be here. Okay, now if we multiply it by by 3i, it's going to go to about here. Then by 3i again, it's going to go to about here, and then by 3i again about here, and the last time to about here. No, actually it's going to go more to about there. Okay, so I'll show this now. So the first one is just going to be, and I'm not going to multiply it all out, I'm just going to say this is going to be z, okay, and then this next one is going to be 3iz. This next one is going to be minus 9z, I guess. Minus 9z. This one here is going to be minus 27iz, and this one here is going to be okay, I'll explain on this in a second. It's going to be 81 minus 81z. No, 81z. Yeah, okay. So let me just draw these in. Now this isn't the best diagram. Maybe I should have prepared it beforehand, but so is life. It's just to show you the idea. So the first one, z, okay, it's multiplying by 3i. So first thing we do is we multiply it by I to rotate it, and then we multiply it by the 3 to stretch it 3 times as big. So do you see that? Follow the pen. So if you multiply it by z, it'll go to here, okay? And if you multiply it by I, it'll go to here because it rotates anti-clockwise through 90 degrees. And then if you multiply it by the 3, it'll stretch by 3. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. If we multiply this one here, 3iz by I, it'll rotate to here. Okay, still in the same lines. These should all be straight lines, but obviously the diagram isn't very good. So it'll go to here if you multiply it by I, and then multiply it by 3, and it'll itself go another 3 times further. The same thing each time. Multiply it by I, it'll go to here, then multiply it by 3, and so basically you're going to end up with this spiral here where it's still going around into each position. So last time we just had it going around in a circle like this when we multiply it just by I, but now it's going to be getting bigger each time as well. So it'll be a spiral that's going bigger and going bigger and going outwards as well. And I'm not going to do the last case with minus 3i, but it'd be the same case. It'd just be spiraling the opposite way. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense there. Multiplying it by I just rotates it. Multiplying it by I rotates it the other direction. Multiplying it by 3i will rotate and stretch it each time. Okay, yeah, that's all there is.